Hey grade 6s, we're going to be talking about a new type of graphing called scatter plots. What are scatter plots, you ask? Well, it's certainly not a bunch of authors' stories that were in a meeting and then when the author walked in they all yelled, "Scatter!" No, that's not it at all. With our typical graphs that we've looked at, this is what we basically saw. You've got our x-axis, which records something like tests or an individual thing, and then on the y-axis you've got the vertical record of the numbers that are in it. So there's really one thing being recorded. Here's test 1, the number. Test 2, the number. Well, what happens if you try to record two different things on the graph at the same time? That's when you get a scatter plot. So for example here, someone wanted to record the number of ice cream sales in dollars on the left hand side, this is the y-axis, and the temperature outside on the right axis because they wanted to see if there was any correlation. Correlation, can you say that? Very good. Okay, and look here, we've actually got a pattern. What kind of pattern is it, you ask? It's called an upward trend, and you can see how it goes from a lower section, and if we were to draw a line around it, you would see that it basically shows it's going in that upward direction, and therefore it is an upward trend. Well, let's take a look at a different type of trend and a different type of scatter plot. This is the city of Nevada, and they wanted to plot the mean annual temperature. Mean means average, remember that. And they also wanted to plot the elevation. Two totally different things, but they wanted to see if there was a correlation between the two. Well, look what they ended up with. A pattern. And that pattern, if the other one was an upward trend, what do you think this one is called? Well, I hope you got it. It's a downward trend, and you can see how the general direction is in a downward model. Well, what happens if you get something like this? Here you've got the Burford area, you've got heights of plants in the various areas around Burford, and the number of toads that would be in that area. And so someone plotted this all out, and lo and behold, is there an upward trend? No. Is there a downward trend? No. There's no trend at all. In fact, that's what we call it. No trend or no correlation. So now you know what a scatter plot is. It's when you take two different items and you try to measure them together to see if there's a correlation. And you get three trends. You get an upward trend, you get a downward trend, and you get no trend at all. Enjoy!